Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or night. As you guys can see, we are going to be starting a new series. I figured since the last time that I actually built something, it was last summer. It was my mythical mansion, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like building something again. I feel like making houses and, you know, posting it on the gallery. Why don't we make this a regular thing? Why don't we make this into like a series? Why don't we make a Sundays speed build Sunday? Yes, yeah, you heard it right. So every Sunday I will be posting a video of me doing a speed build, and I'm just gonna be like rumbling through it. Just, you know, something every Sunday, you know, for you guys to just come and watch and, you know, watch me just build a house and, you know, just hang out with me. So if you guys like me and you like this channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Talk on the notification button so you know when I'm posting, so you don't miss any content that I post. And don't forget to share my video so therefore others can come and join the wagon, join this glorious journey that we are on. I do want to say that we have met our February goal. Yes, like when I started February, well, the start of this month, this channel, I think I had about 50 some subscribers, and I wanted to have 60 by the end of February. We're now at 66, and we are not only completed our February's goal, but we're almost there to complete our March goal, because by the end of March, I would like for this channel to at least be at 70 subscribers. So thank you to everybody who has subscribed within this month. You know, we'll just have new people, you know, joining our little journey here. So enough of me rambling. As always, let's get to it.
Want you here, screaming at you, but it's like screaming at a wall. My words get lost in.
Alrighty, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and just start off with a basic shape. I don't really have a plan on what type of house I'm gonna make when it comes to my builds. Sometimes I do, but the real reason that I kind of try to avoid that is because, you know, I start in with one shape and then I end up with an entirely other by the time I'm done with the build. So I'm just like, you know what? Let's just go with a square figure house and we'll just see how it goes. And then after I got my shape down and I got my porch down, you know, I'm like, okay, let's go with the roofing and let's just try to make this work, because your girl literally struggles when it comes to her roofs. Like, I literally played with this. As you can tell, I played with this for a good minute, you know, trying to see if I wanted to just go with a single roof or, you know, maybe try to do different types of roofs that kind of like, you know, different leveling that it will, you know, kind of flow with the house. But I'm just like, no, like I don't want to do anything too, you know, I don't want it basic, you know, because your girl's not basic. She wants to go up and beyond and challenge herself. So I'm like, okay, let me try to make this work. Let me try to put like maybe, you know, a different type of leveling of roof in the front and in the back, and, you know, just trying to make it a little different, you know, a little different roof compared to all the other roofs in the neighborhood on the block. So I try to kind of match it with the roofs that are on this block, and I'm like, you know, let's just go with it. Let's see if we can make it work. And, you know, eventually I did. I'm just like, man, you know, that took a hot minute, and I'm like, you know, getting hot flashes over here. But, you know, okay, it's like, you know, we made it through. So then afterwards, I'm just like, okay, let's do with the windows, you know, because before I want to touch the interior, I just want to try to get the exterior down. And then I realized I didn't have the BB Move Objects cheat on. I'm like, well, I gotta put that on because I ain't gonna get shit done if I don't put that on, you know. So I just go ahead, just started doing the windows, and I'm like, well, maybe it would look nice if I put a roof that overshadows the porch. But then I'm like, you know, well, it looks nice, but it kind of looks really weird. It looks really like bulged and out there. And I'm like, nah, it's like, you know, maybe it might work. Maybe let's just see. Let's see how the windows will look beside it. And I'm just like, nah, it didn't fit. So I'm like, you know, so I took that out. I'm like, let's do some big windows, maybe some skinny windows. And eventually I just ended up going with the small little windows, and along with a double door that, you know, I thought would look really nice. I wanted to go with like a white trimming look because I kind of wanted to go with a darker shade for the house, which was this beautiful green that reminded me of the Sims 3 green that I used to use all the time when I played it on the Xbox 360. And You know, it just gave me that vibe, you guys, and I just wanted to use it. I'm like, so, you know, it will look beautiful with the right trimming. So, and, you know, then I go in with, you know, I'm like, okay, let's mess with the porch a little bit. Let's, you know, let's see what type of stairs we want, how we want to put the stairs. I'm like, well, you know, kind of want to do a somewhat kind of matching. So I'm like, well, let's just go ahead and try to match it with the windows. And I'm like, well, let's try to do a fence and see how that would look. You know, at first it looked really cute. Like it could be, you know, for like a farmhouse. I'm like, but I don't know if I would want it for a porch. I would love it for the upper deck, the upper balcony, and it looked beautiful, but I'm like, but I'm not sure if I would want the same thing for the actual porch, you know, since I don't have any pillars or any roof there. You know, I didn't think it would look, you know, good. So I'm like, oh, you know, I'll just take a chance and just, you know, take it out. But, you know, if you guys really want to put that same fencing on the porch, you know, go ahead, do so. You know, it will look beautiful either or. So, and then after I was done with the exterior for a moment, I decided to go into the interior and started to make up my layout for the house. I wanted to put the stairs right in front of the main door, but I realized that, oh shoot, I have one of the different type of levelings or roofs above, so I knew that wasn't gonna work. So I'm like, okay, I gotta move it. So I'm like, well, you know, let's just put it on the other side of the house, you know, because I know that I didn't do any sort of different level of roofing on that side. So, and it came out pretty neat. I'm like, you know, I kind of wanted to tuck away with some walls, you know, put a little archway there, and I thought that would give it a nice little simple touch. And as soon as I was done with the bottom, I went up to the top, you know, making it, I wanted to give a little hallway there that was sectioned off the master bedroom and the master bath. And you will see a little bit later that I decided to put the master bath, you know, I kind of combined it with the laundry room, because this house is kind of like, it's more for like a single person home or a first couple's home, you know, who, you know, their first time home and they want something, you know, simple and affordable. So I was like, okay, let me try to squeeze everything that a single person that's going to finally be on their own would need, or a couple, you know, a brand new newlywed couple, or just a couple in general, you know, that they would need when, you know, moving into a house. So I kind of just want to squeeze everything in, but keep it simple, keep it cute, and try to not make it so basic, if that makes any sense. But anyway, so I decided to go in, and this is what I kind of struggle with this. I'm like, well, I kind of want the laundry room to have its own room and not be combined with the bathroom. But I'm like, but it's not looking right, because, you know, I'm putting the kitchen and the dining room in the back, and I kind of want to have I want the kitchen to have a two-way entry. I just don't want it to be a one-way entry, and the only way for you to get to the kitchen is to the dining room. That wouldn't, you know, that kind of didn't really make sense, that outline. So I'm just like, okay, let me do it this way, you know, or let me do it that way. And then eventually I kind of got frustrated. I'm like, okay, let me go back up to the top and see what I can do, you know, in the second floor. So I just kind of messed around with the windows a little bit. And I'm like, oh, you know, this is not really, you know, going well. It's not like matching, like my OCD, not really, but like I'm having an OCD moment, and I kind of want everything to kind of like fit. And I'm like, okay, let me just do something different. Let me combine the windows with the actual door to make it look like, you know, okay, like, you know, it's a wider door. And, you know, and it kind of looked cute. So I kind of left it that way. And then afterwards, I decided to add in more windows throughout the house, because, you know, it was just too dark, you guys. It was just too dark. And when I see that my build is too dark, I need to lighten up a little bit in order for me to see the vision that I want for the house. I'm just like, okay, let me put the windows in. Maybe it might help. It might clear my mind if I put some more windows, more light, so therefore I can get some ideas on how to construct each room. That's just how I am. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but like, I need to have some light in there in order for me to see the vision I want. So after I was done with the windows, I decided to decorate the exterior again, you know, put some lighting in there and a little bit of furniture, because I always see the porch, the exterior, like the easiest part to decorate, you know, especially when you're doing just a simple home, you know, or a small home. You know, I personally want to finish off the porch first, or the exterior first. So I decided to put, you know, a couple of log love seats out there with a rug, and I did want to put like a little bonfire in the middle, but I wanted this to be actually usable and not just for show. So I'm like, no, I'll just, you know, I'll refrain from doing the little bonfire pit there. And you know, if you guys want to add that in there, you know, have it for show, go right ahead. And you know, I just decided to just put something cute as, you know, just a little bit of those plant jars on the wall there, kind of give it a little bit of character, so it's not just, you know, plain. And then you gotta have a grill out there for, you know, for you all to grill some good chicken or, you know, some ribs on the grill. You know, you can't leave the grill out. So, and then for the upper deck, I decided just to put a little, you know, a nice little love seat for, you know, anybody who likes to read and, you know, look at a nice view. And then, you know, and then I put a little flower set up there, you know, just something to fill in some space. So I kind of lost a little, like, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to put up there. So, and then afterwards, I'm like, okay, I gotta go back into the interior. I gotta try to fix this, try to make it, you know, a home. So I started off with the living room. You know, I always have to put curtains on my windows when it comes to the living room space, because that's just me. I just feels like it just kind of not only takes up space, but you know, it just doesn't look planned, you know, if that makes any sort of sense. And then I'm like, okay, well, a fireplace will look kind of dope. So I put a fireplace in, and I thought at the moment that this blunt orange was the key. I'm like, nah, it just doesn't really make any, it doesn't make anything flow in there. I'm just like, okay, so I just took it out, went with the cream color. I put a plant on there on the side, you know, trying to give it a little earthy tone feel, you know, not trying to make it look like an office, but I'm like, oh, you know, I gotta add some more stuff in here. So, and then, you know, I didn't forget about those, you know, workaholic Sims. So I decided to put a little desk off to the side with a portable laptop, and, you know, try to put a lighting in there as well, you know, try to make the scene look kind of cute with, you know, a picture in the back. And I wanted to put like some sort of like bookshelf or some sort of decoration on the you know, on the wall. I didn't want the wall to just be bare, so I'm like, okay, let me play with it a little bit, you know, because try to put stuff in there that I would think that a living room would need, you know, besides just sitting area, or, you know, as well when you come in through the door, you know, you want to hang your jackets, or you want to put your mail off to the side, and, you know, and also have your little desk area there when your sim wants to work on the computer. So that's where I kind of had in mind when building this part of the house. And I'm like, okay, I don't want it too crazy, you know, I'm not trying to make this like fancy, but so I decided to like switch out the sofas. I'm like, I wasn't feeling that basic sofa, like it's okay, like, you know, we can make some part of the living room a little fancy, so I figured go with a sofa. And then I couldn't forget, you know, you pet lovers, if you guys have a pet, you know, either a cat or a dog, you know, I decided just to go with the cat post there, and, you know, but you can always replace that and put a dog bed instead. And I'm like, you know, that would look a cute little touch, you know, tuck away in the back there. So, and then I went in with the dining room, and again, you know, just kind of keep it simple, try not to go too crazy, but, you know, try to make it, you know, modern, you know, something that you would see in a first time home. And, you know, I went with a basic green with the same wood that I had in the living room. And, you know, just trying to make it cute, kind of a little earthy. I try to make my colors throughout my home somewhat, you know, that will work with one another. Like the palette of colors that I use to build my home, I try to make them the same, but at the same time, you know, I know that I don't want to make every room compatible with one another. You know, I kind of just want them to flow with one another, if that makes any sense, you know. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, this green will look cute. And then I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to put, you know, a doorway there. I'm like, that'd be kind of awkward, you know, if I post that, I'm like, oh shoot, you know, you can't from the dining room get into the kitchen, you know, it's kind of odd. So I decided to, you know, put that in there before I made the mistake of posting it on the gallery. So, and then I decided like this little part of the wall here in the kitchen where I decided to put rock stone for the walling. I'm like, that looks dope. That actually looks sick. So I'm like, I decided to keep that. I'm like, that will be a perfect place to put the stove because it just works. Like it just, oh my goodness. Like I looking at it again, I'm like, yeah, that was a good move. That was a good move for me to keep the stove there with the rock walling there. And, you know, I see that a lot in magazines, and I think you know, that looks dope, you know. Not all of rock walls that I like, but when it comes to kitchens like that, you know, by the stove, I think that looks pretty sick. So it has like a very elegant touch to it. And I'm like, okay, let's just keep it in. So then I put in a little bit of clutter there. You know, you gotta have your spatulas, your spoons you use to cook, along with your knives and spices, and you know, along with your refrigerator. And I did put a dishwasher there, so therefore, you know, you'll have more counter space and to work with. You know, if you want, you could put a sink in there if you would like, but that's what I decided to go with. You know, and I couldn't forget the little doggy / cat bowl and the trash can, because y'all need a trash can when you're gonna throw, you know, some stuff away. And then I just decided to put a microwave and extra clutter off to the corner there. So something just simple, like nothing too crazy. So, and then I decided to, you know, conquer the upper part of the house, the second floor. So I decided that a beautiful big old painting would do great in the hallway there with the stairs. And I decided that, you know, if, you know, it doesn't have to be a young couple. You know, what if you have an elderly couple, you know, that wants a new home or a getaway home, you know, or whatever. I decided to put a rocking chair along with a knitting basket there, and I thought that would look really cute, just simple for a simple little hallway. And I added an extra window as well, because I'm like, that kind of looks boring, just, you know, where are you supposed to look at when you know, you do your little knitting, you know? So I thought that would be a nice little touch. And this is where I decided to work on the master bedroom and just add in, you know, the dryer and washer. And I thought that would look cute and a little bit more better if it was tucked away right by the shower, and then just pull the toilet and, you know, up in front. So the bath wasn't really too hard to do. It was pretty easy. And you know, the master bedroom, I decided to make it the only room in the house a little bit more elegant and a little bit more bold than the rest of the house, because, you know, your room is your sanctuary that you come to when you are finishing up the day and you just want to relax. So I decided to make it a little bit more elegant and a little bit more out there. So, and I really love how the doors look right here, you guys, how the lighting comes into the master bedroom. That looks sick. And I decided to put a little nursery there too, so just in case if your Sims have, you know, a baby coming on the way, you know, I got you all nice and planned out. So, and yeah, so then that's basically, you know, I just added a few touches to the porch, and I decided to put a little bit of, you know, the gardening boxes on the side, you know, put a little stones in front. I forgot to put the mailbox, but, you know, you guys can go back and do that yourself. And, you know, yeah, that's basically where we come to an end. That is the house, you guys. So, you know, put a little bicycles on the side and we're all good to go. So there you have it, guys. There is the first build of our speed build Sunday. I hope you guys really enjoy this video, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see, what type of other builds would you like me to build for you guys. And you know, I'm always looking in the comments, you guys, always trying to see what you guys would like me to do. And yeah, so I hope you guys really liked that video. Don't forget to like, a comment, and subscribe. Toggle the notification button so you know when I'm posting, so you don't miss any content that I post. And like always, like I always like to say, the time you took to complain, you could have did it yourself in less. Until next time, until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye.